I wish you'd listen. I wish you'd listen. Walk through walk. You what makes y'all say. Walk through walk.
Is that folk back then would travel great distances to secure a future of positive instances. And though the journey was filled with danger, keeping faith in what's unseen to my people is no stranger. Did I mention all the miles that they covered in search of their hopes and dreams to discover? Seeking a life free of grueling labor and an opportunity to taste the city flavor. The way that it moved people out from the sharecropper life of the South. The fact that without Jim...
So welcome to another episode of the Bronzeville Trail Task Force Recapturing and Making History show. Today I am so excited because I have two of my fellow board members here with me today. We got our chair, who is Mr. Walter Freeman, and our vice chair, Mr. David Ali. You're going to love today's show because what we're going to do is I'm going to talk to these two amazing men and we're going to talk about their connection to Bronzeville. We're going to talk about how each of them came to be connected with our executive director, John Adams. And we're also going to highlight some of the work that we have done to date in the community from Bronzeville all the way to Congress, and you'll hear about that. So let's start with you, our chair, Walter. Tell us about your roots in Bronzeville.
Okay, well, my roots started, I was actually born in Bronzeville on 42nd and Langley. Wow. We moved south when I was 3. And once I graduated college, started a family, I moved back in 1999. And during that time in the 90s, I got involved with house tours. So we hosted thousands of individuals coming to Bronzeville we had a campaign to restore Bronzeville. So that's when it started.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, David, what about you?
Born and raised, Gloria. Born and raised in Bronzeville in 1961. Michael Reese Hospital.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so my connection with Bronzeville is very personal. Very, very personal. And the way I met John was John actually contacted me through Facebook Messenger, which is strange.
Facebook has been good for some things.
Yeah.
Yes.
He contacted me through Messenger, and I normally don't answer calls like that because I don't know who they are. And usually, with my relationship with Group 39, and I'm always posting people's birthday, I just assumed it was somebody who wanted me that I didn't know but wanted me to post them for their birthday. So for some reason, I answered that call that day. And John got to explain to me who he was and what he was trying to do with the trail. And I just figured, if you crazy enough to try to pull that off, then I'm crazy enough to try to help you. Yes. And so that's how that relationship began.
That's awesome.
With John.
How did you get connected with John?
Okay, so I own a printing business, and John was working with Rainbow Push. So I was a vendor there. And so I had actually a good relationship with them at Rainbow Push, and and he knew that I was involved in some way in Bronzeville. I wasn't really involved in a lot of community work. Okay. But so he figured that because I have some political ties to the alderman, that it would be a good fit. And once he made the call, it triggered something in me because I was only focused on family and business and not community at that point. So I felt like it was a calling, like, okay, it's time for me to get involved. And then, and since I've been on the team, met Dave, did know Dave from the Man on the Moon. and now we like a tag team now.
Yes.
So we're going to make this project happen.
Yes, yes. So you know what, this is even a question I had on here, but the work that we've done on this trail, the way that he brought the people who are on our board together, it feels like, I know I'm here for the education part. You're here for the community connection and for the business part. You're here for your community and your social stuff. Like, what's been one or two of the most exciting things you've done with the trail project to date? Like, what are you most proud of that we've been able to do?
You want to start, Dave?
Well, I mean, I don't know if there's any one
particular
thing, because this is so, my connection with this project and with you guys and the people that I've met on this journey it's all just been a blast for me. So it's all new to me, you know, the connections and the relationships and just being involved in anything of this magnitude. Because when I think about the project, Gloria, I just think about it being a part of my legacy. I said, long when I'm gone, if we pull this off, when we pull this off, I will forever be connected to this project.
And to the community.
To the community forever.
Yes.
Forever. Now, forever for real. So that's the way I look at it.
And when I first started the work on the trail project with you, I didn't know either of you either. And it felt like it was like too big to even be true. And then all of a sudden we started like getting grants rolling in and stuff started happening. And the word is on the street about the project. And so it's going to happen.
Absolutely.
I'm really excited. So one of the pillars of Bronzeville is Wendell Phillips High School. And before I started the investigation for this episode that we're on, I didn't even know that Mr. Wendell Phillips was actually an abolitionist who was really behind the anti-slavery movement, led to the Civil War and everything. And then the other thing that happened is when I started digging into the school, I found out that there's so many vital historical people in the arts. There were Nat King Cole, Sam Cooke, Pop Staples, artist Annie Lee, poet Gwendolyn Brooks, and on and on and on. And John even told me that the children of Mr. Swift, who did Swift Meets, his children went there. And because the school was opened in 1904, and when it first opened, it was primarily for white students. And so his children went there. That's so amazing. And the thing that also happened when I was Googling important people from Wendell Phillips, I'm looking on the list, and number 20 is you. It's Mr. David Ali. And it said that you are in the Phillips Hall of Fame and that you have been recognized for your outstanding community service.
Well, that's amazing.
I mean, the Harlem Globetrotters were there, all kind of stuff. And Monty, you can show our pictures too. But anyway,
that's amazing.
So tell us about that award.
Well, let's start here. When you said that there's just so many prominent people that attended Phillips, you have to remember that when it opened in 1904, the whole community was white, and so those of our ancestors who worked for white folks in their houses had children that they didn't have a place for them to go to school. So they really made that school available to the blacks that worked for the white folks in their neighborhood. Wow! Because if you think about it, a lot of those properties had coach houses. Yes, and that's where the black folks stayed. And they had children and they had to be educated, so they put them in that school. Wow.
You got an award though. You got an Outstanding Achievement Award for Community Service.
That started with Group 39.
Okay.
That actually started with Group 39, and I have to give all the members of Group 39 their just due, in particularly Charlene Cannon, who really kind of kicked that idea off in my head, because she was always trying to keep us together. So she would always invite us all out to go to the Family Den on Stony Island. But the Family Den was so small that when we met there, we could never all sit together
sit inside
and really kick it. So I came up with the idea of finding another space where we can kind of be by ourselves. And then it just kind of grew. Everybody wanted to be a part of that community that we had, because the Ida B. Wells, I'm so happy and I'm so glad that I was born and raised in Ida B. Wells. I could talk about this for the whole hour, and I don't want to do that. But
the whole 20 minutes.
it helped to develop my love for community, because we were all so close knit, and we had to share everything as a community, and we had to depend on each other as a community, and that just stuck with me. So my whole childhood was just centered around people.
And you know, I came to your latest picnic.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can speak a little bit about actually what Group 39 is. I know you talked about Ida B. Wells. Is it just people from Ida B. Wells, or
No.
who are the members of your group?
Well, there's about 10 of us. There's about 10 of us. But the whole concept, Gloria, was really to keep us together, But then I thought that to take it to a whole nother level, because there was different public housing developments all around us. And those were the same people that went to Doolittle, same people went to Phillips High School, and we've all just kind of lived around each other all of our lives. So my strategy was to make sure that we all stay connected.
Even though the projects were no longer there.
Projects were no longer there, but we're here. You know what I'm saying? So, and just putting together activities and events for us to continue to grow together, and for our children to
remain connected. Yep.
And that's really what Group 39 is all about.
That's amazing. You also look for Group 39 on Facebook, but that's a whole nother story.
For sure.
So, Walt,
Sure.
we have been doing so many things in the community. We had, when I first kind of became a member, I remember us doing some park cleanup event, and that there's us, like, we, connected with Alderman Dow and all kind of stuff. So
Yes.
talk to us a little bit about what's been happening in the community with us too.
Okay, so our strategy is more of community engagement. So and we've been doing an amazing job with media, just actually getting the news to talk about our story. But we've been doing as part of National Rails to Trails Day.
Okay.
That's part of the Cleanup Earth Day. So what we decided to do was to invite the community out to do some cleanup along the embankment, certain parts of the embankment. And then also we have several fundraisers. We have a concert in September. We actually, and something that we don't really highlight is with the aldermen, during the holidays, we give away turkeys.
Yeah, we got those pictures. We got them.
Right. It don't seem like that's significant, but
it
the
is.
seniors love that.
It is.
And so we give away shirts, and they're like clamoring. And so, and one of the things we wanted to do was encourage the seniors because of the proximity. There are so many senior buildings in close proximity to the project that we want to be inclusive to that. And so we've just really been just trying to keep the word out through our fundraising efforts. We've had walks and tours in Bronzeville. We've taken seniors and others to the 606, to the
other trails to see how they've done their
to the other trail, so that at least people can get a vision of what Bronzeville Trail is going to look like.
Yeah.
And the possibilities.
And all of the possibilities. So we're excited that the project is moving, and then we're just trying to continue those efforts.
I love it. So I feel like one of the things that makes us different, even from the other trail movements, is the fact that the way that we engage the community when we do what we do. We looked at other trail projects. We've done all kinds of other stuff around the city. Either of you want to speak to things that we're learning about what the community is saying they need when we do our work? Like, what have you learned from the people that we've worked with that they're excited about in terms of the trail?
Well, I'll start by saying this, that it's kind of amazing that a structure that runs through the heart of Bronzeville that's so huge and so old that a lot of people, and even myself, I've been in that community. I knew it was there, but you see it so much. I've seen it all my life because, like I said, I was born down there. But you kind of look through it because it's hard to I don't know, because it's just idle. It's just sitting there that you no longer see. It's just like it's there, but you forget that it's even there. And so when John was first explaining to me what he was doing, I had to kind of really think about what is he talking about? You know what I mean? But I've been seeing this structure all of my life.
Yes. Right.
So when we go through the community and we let people know exactly what we're doing, some of them that has been down there as long as me and longer than me, but because it's never been utilized
in our lifetime.
It's hard for them to kind of visualize what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But as we begin to explain to them what we're doing, it's amazing. They can't wait. They can't wait. They want to see this happen.
And you know what? Lifetime. One of the other things that I think is different about our trail is the handicap accessibleness of it.
Yes.
We're taking into account, because one of the members of our board is someone who is in a wheelchair. She's a veteran. And she wanted to make sure that we kept that in mind as we do this work. And so the accessibility of it for people who are seniors or people who are, in need of having, I think that makes ours different. I think the other thing that's going to make ours different is just the history of Bronzeville being incorporated into the structure itself. Art, I can't wait to see what that's going to look like.
For sure.
So even this past Saturday, we were at the Chicago 1919
race riots
massacre thing, and just seeing all those people who were there and hearing from including the mayor and all the people who were there, like it feels like we're part of something bigger that's happening in the community.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
So could you talk about the partnership with Congressman Jackson and his introduction of our bill to commemorate Major Taylor and his, I don't even know what to call his impact on us as a country, on cycling, on all of that. Like, what has that been like for you?
Well,
like, that's been amazing for me.
And this was, and I have to say, John takes the credit for this.
Yes.
So, because of the project, it's becoming bigger than us. We know that this is a health initiative. So we wanted to be inclusive of, runners, bikers, walkers, like you said, seniors, and the like. So John had this idea to do a Major Taylor park. And so part of our efforts with raising funds is to raise funds for a commemorative statue for Major Taylor. And then from there, the thought came about with doing this Congressional Gold Medal for Major Taylor. So reached out to the newly elected 1st District Congressman Jackson.
Yes.
And he thought it was a great idea. And so from there, it just kind of snowballed. So now we have approximately 71 representatives that have signed on to the bill, and I believe it's 2 senators, and it has some traction now. And Congressman Jackson, he saw this as an opportunity because he's a member of the Major Taylor Cycling Club.
Yeah.
So he saw it as an opportunity for him to kind of push the agenda, for his own interests and also for the community. So we're excited that it is moving, and we figure another year or so on that, and we should be standing in Congress celebrating that bill.
That's amazing. Yeah. So and what about
this project? Just has so many layers to it. We started off with one thing in mind, and that was just simply getting that repurposing that Kenwood L line, and it's just kind of snowballed into other ventures. And so it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey.
And you know what, for me, I think I've just learned so much, even though we're all volunteers.
All volunteers, right.
And we work really hard and put in a lot of hours, you two especially. Work really hard and put in a lot of hours. I had never even heard of Marshall Major Taylor prior to this. I lived on Drexel and walked past that embankment thing and didn't even know, even though the mural is on there, didn't know Like
and
exactly
the fact
what
that
was.
his last residency was at
the Wabash Y.
At the Wabash Y. And I had no idea. It was never taught to me in school.
Never.
So
Never. So, any final thoughts for people about ways that they could either join us or participate in our events? Or I know that we got a Facebook page. I
Right.
want people to
Definitely.
go on our Facebook
Yes.
page so that you can see all the things that we're doing. But I also want people to feel like they can reach out to us to like join us on some of these things that we're doing. So tell me what you think.
Well, yeah, definitely. We are kind of in the process of trying to modify our website, so that we can accept volunteers. Because we know when we're out here, a lot of people want to be involved. But certainly go on our website, Bronzeville Trail. Is it .com or .org?
.org.
.org.
Facebook, Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram.
Brownsville Trail.
Yes.
We can, if anyone just research us, you can type in Brownsville Trail. You can pull up a lot of information about us. And so we are here. Dave, John,
And donations.
Gloria.
And donations.
We can use
Don't forget
donations.
about the donations.
Yes, we can definitely use donations. Again, we are volunteers, and we have some exciting news coming up in August, which I don't think it's a secret, but the city is they're chipping in $5 million
Whoa.
for a soft pilot activation. So the community is going to start to see actually our efforts come to life.
And we can also talk about the Cultural District.
Cultural District. Cultural District.
What's happening with that?
We are the Alderman Pat Dow in the City Department of Planning. Well, it's coming from the governor's office, so this is a state initiative. Coming from J.B. Pritzker, he's designating 15 cultural districts around the state. Bronzeville is one of them, and we were chosen to be the managing organization for Bronzeville Cultural District. So that is something exciting. That's going to really come to life in 2025.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, David, take us home.
What do you want me to say?
So here's the thing. A year from now, 5 years from now, what do you envision our trail to be like? What's going to be happening?
I would say, first of all, let's compare it to the 606. It took them approximately 12 years to complete the 606.
Okay.
We're at the pace where we could probably get this thing done if we stay on. We stay on pace. I would say about 7 to 8 years.
Okay.
We might have it complete. So in 5 years,
we should see some stuff.
we should see some major progress, and by that time, what I envision is the community being so involved, because we are going to need the community to continue to let us know what it is you want to see. How do you want this thing to be? So we're dependent on the community to engage right along with us and tell us what you want to see, so we can make it all possible. We can make it a vision of the whole community and not just our organization. We can't do this thing alone, and we need you guys to participate. So we'll continue to reach out to you and get your insight, and you continue to let us know what it is you want to see, and then we'll make it all happen together.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, for sure.
I've never been a part of anything as
Neither of us.
community-based.
Oh, yeah.
As
neither-
this, as exciting.
Right.
It's a real thing. And like you said, leaving your legacy
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
on the city, like,
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, I know. This is like a game changer.
it's a game changer.
And
I just want to be
change the
able
landscape of
to
Brownsville.
still walk or run on it by the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes. But thank you too so much for being with me. And thank you for all the work that you are guiding us through.
And thank you, Gloria.
Thank you, Gloria.
You are vital. Trust and believe
Thank
you are
you.
vital
Thank
to this
you.
organization.
Thank you so
and,
much.
we're going to all make it happen together.
Thank you, thank you. And we do, I forgot one thing, we do have a lot of history projects happening that I'm mostly involved
Yes,
with.
right.
Yes.
A lot of things that we've done at IIT and some more things that'll be coming. So those things will be on our Facebook page also.
Right.
If you take the time to go to that page to see those. But that's our show.
That's it.
Thank you so much.
Man.